guys, and welcome to another video. And basically, the world has been destroyed by World War III. This is the backstory. I'm gonna tell you what we're doing just in a minute. So the world is destroyed by World War III, except Switzerland, but the antagonists don't know that, and Liechtenstein. They're just chilling because they're just too neutral. But anyway, so basically, there is no other countries other than Switzerland and Liechtenstein, but none of anyone knows that. And the US government managed to hide in Washington DC with a bunker with some civilians. And guess what they did? They are going to resurface out that bunker to find the world completely destroyed. There's no like zombie apocalypse or anything. None of that fiction. Anything. It's just the world is destroyed. There are no countries left except for these, but they don't know it exists yet. And from what they know, well, from what the US knows, they are the last survivors. Wow. But little do they know I'm right here and I'm still alive. Yay, so, yeah. Anyway, so the US comes out from their bunker and they start to explore Washington, and eventually they find most of everything just gone. But eventually they come out of Washington and they actually start to do something, and that is they start to expand. You see, they start to go around and they start to reclaim what their old lands were. So yeah, they start and they reach up to here, they start going in here, they go to New Jersey, they almost make it to New York City, but they decide to stop and start the formation of their own country. But not before they expand down south. This area of the US may be important later. So yeah, I've told you that everyone does not exist because of the World War III, and this was like full World War III. A lot of people joined, and then of course countries, being countries, nuked some innocent nations like Bhutan and Nepal, which were not on anyone's side as usual. So yeah, the US now creates their own country, and even though it's still the US, we'll see you when they do that. So yeah, so here we have the US as a country, and they notice something other than the fact that the entire world is destroyed. Basically, they notice that there is some survivors, a few, very little. It's very sad. A lot of the population has died, which is very sad. Can we get a like in the chat? So can we just get a like to pay respects, guys? But anyway, yeah, they notice that, but they also notice with some of the remaining radios that there is a signal up north. That's right, Canada has survived, and they're in this weird lump here. So the US and Canada make contact, and Canada says that they found some other contacts. And shall we see them? I hear a round of approval. We shall see them. Wow, Canada has contact with this southern Canada, aka Michigan. This weird big Ohio guy. Yes, it's the Ohio Empire. They also have contact with a small Kentucky, and up north they have contact with Quebec, which of course, if you know in real life, tensions even though Quebec's a part of Canada. And also they have contact with Newfoundland, because it's Newfoundland. But unoblivious to them, we shall cut to Europe, where there is a very, very small me over here in these borders. And I know for a fact that the Scottish exist in the Highlands, and the Welsh managed to get out of Cardiff, and that the British exist. Oh yay. And I haven't discovered Ireland yet, but Mutro, if you know Mutro, you should. He sets up its own little nation, and yeah, it's up here. And then Mutro and I officially partitioned the actual land. We get a trade, and yeah, that's all we know. Oh, and Paris. But anyway, back to America, where we have America expanding. Yes, they are expanding. And I will represent them expanding with the red colour here. So they go out, they start going down, they go out from their borders. They don't decide to go upward, they decide to go southward. And they enter to about here when they discover another country, Can you guess what it is? You'll find out in 3, 2, 1. It's Florida. Did you guess right? I hope you did. The US and Florida have a initial argument of the borders, but eventually they decide to make the borders roughly about here. And then we have some new borders. The US must be having flashbacks of the 13 colonies. But anyway, yeah, I know that people just do not want to see all of this, and people probably want to see a war. Well, we have our first war, and that war is between the Ohio state and the Michigan state. Looking at the capitals here, we have Ohio's capital, Columbus, I think I'm saying that right, and we have Toronto, because that's the only city which can support this country. Now, I think this may be new. Well, it is new for us, because I never put the capital cities in, but now I'm going to try and do that, and I'm going to produce some major cities in the next war. I'm just kind of running low on time, even though it's like been 8 or 9 minutes long. I want to have a short video. But anyway, the Ohio's pushing because they are the aggressor and they are stronger. And it's at this point where the Michigans realise that they have no chance of winning. So what do? They get Canada to annex them in the peace treaty. But it doesn't stop Ohio from taking and sieging the capital. But at that point, Michigan surrenders, and we have our first peace treaty of this new changed world. Yeah, now before I go, I will do something. Well, I'll say something. I'm still going to continue the series no matter how many views it gets, but if we get enough views and likes, so I am suggesting that you do, would you like the music? If we get a lot of likes, we get to have the music in this series, aka what we had in Pakistan's fate, but the countries aren't saying anything. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, these are the new borders, and Ohio's looking for expansion, a lot of it. And yeah, I would like to thank you guys for watching. I please hope you like and support this series, and subscribe also. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!